Welcome back, everyone, to the 2021 Knoxville Showdown. Joining us in our Cracked Racquets interview studio, a man you have become familiar with if you are a fan of college tennis now. He is one of the few players on the Columbia men's tennis team roster with experience actually playing a college tennis match, one of the leaders of the team. 3-set winner on day 2, Austen Huang. Austen, welcome to the show. How are you doing today?
Thank you so much, Alex. Appreciate it. I'm doing well. You know, it's good to get a win today for the first time in 18 months, so it's good to be back, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm. And for you, let's just get right into it. 18 months off. The last Columbia team I saw, Jackie Tang.
Mm-hmm.
Was Adam on the team? Ambrosi? 2019,
Adam
20?
was
I
on the
think
team.
so. 20. Yeah, right around then. And so
Rion also.
Yeah, and the last time you guys were at Kotzen, obviously, and the last time you guys were here, you beat Tennessee to clinch a spot at the National Indoors. And that was the third straight year of National Indoors, I believe, maybe fourth straight for you guys.
That was the third. I think my freshman year in 2018 spring, that was the first time you made it.
Yeah, and then 2019, you guys should have beaten Wake Forest, in my opinion. But that's a discussion. Yeah, we can get into that in a second. Again, 18 months, though. You graduate pretty much 2 classes of players. What's it mean to you, as you mentioned, to be back on court after 18 months? Is it a relief? Is it pressure? What are you feeling?
You know, there's a lot of feelings going in my system. One was just anxiety first. You know, I don't know what to expect. A lot of new guys coming, a lot of talent, a lot of work to be done. But the biggest thing I'm feeling is just a lot of excitement. You know, it's honestly a privilege to be back. You know, I took the last year off with the Ivy League. You know, it's a little bit difficult to stay on, but I was super pumped to be able to play another year. Yeah. And I'm feeling nothing but pure joy just to be back. Like, first day, you know, I lost yesterday, but I was just so excited to be playing again. And I know that each match I'm going to just get a little bit better, you know, get back into my form that I was back in March of 2020, the last time I played. So nothing but excitement to be back.
What did these last 18 months look like for Austen Huang?
I worked from...
Real job?
Real job, yeah.
That internship for the summer, you're like, can I just stay for the year?
So
startup business? What are we doing?
No, so I worked in real estate investment last year from around June to December. Then I came to New York in January to sort of like get back into the swing of things, train. I wasn't taking classes. I had to opt out. But this last summer I worked in investment banking internship, so not a lot of tennis was played.
Sure, I imagine.
But
were you with Tim at Goldman?
No, I was at Santander.
Okay, sure, yeah.
So I finished up midway through August and started training these 2 weeks. A little bit quick to hop right into it. But here I am now.
Yeah. So with all of that said, when was the last time Austen Huang took 18 months relatively off from tennis? And just for you personally, to have the chance to work, to not be on the school grind, what did you learn about yourself?
You know, I learned that I really do enjoy competing. And I missed it a lot. You know, the whole time because obviously we didn't get to play a season last season, and it was really painful to watch all these other conferences play and compete against each other, and the Ivy League has to sit out. And I was just anxious. I was very, very, very eager to play again. But I guess what I was just feeling was just I just missed competing. I missed being out there. I missed being with my boys. Obviously, fresh class. I love our freshman class, our sophomore class, and I finally met them for the first time just about last week.
I was going to say, like 6 days ago, right?
Yeah, just last week before we came. Except, like, besides the recruiting visits. But I'm so excited to be back and competing again. So when I was watching, I was just basically waiting for this moment to come back.
And now you're back, and it's awesome to see. And you mentioned it. Let's get into that. 8 sophomores, 8 and freshmen, but none of them have spent a day on campus until this past week. None of them have put on the Columbia powder blue and understand what it means to be a Lion. The pride, pun intended, that goes along with that. I was joking around with Kotzen earlier. Are you treating them all like freshmen? Is it like we have 8 people to pick up balls this year? This is perfect? Or is it, again, how do you balance the thing of they are sophomores versus freshmen and just acclimating everyone? Because it's been a year for all of you.
Yeah, no, technically they are still freshmen. I mean, they're fresh to campus, so I guess in a way they are freshmen. They just have taken classes online. So a lot of it is similar.
You got the car key? We got to open the van.
Howie has it. I gave it to him. Howie has it.
Howie has it? Maybe not. Don't worry, this is what editing's for.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. Yeah, you're fine.
No, Howie has it for sure. I gave it back to him.
That's good. But anyways, 8 freshmen, 8 sophomore. They're fresh to campus.
Yeah. We don't treat them any differently from us. Yes, they have a lot to learn. There's a lot to grow. We have a long way to go. But we don't differentiate the freshman from the sophomore. We treat them the same way. And in the same way we treat the sophomores like freshmen, because they are.
Yeah.
And in that way, I think that for us as Kotz and I as leaders, we don't do anything to make them feel like they haven't done much because they've worked to get here. It's really difficult to get into Columbia. You have to play good tennis. You have to get the grades. So we just respect them as they are, and we understand that they have to learn. So when they make mistakes, we'll let them know. But for the most part, we just treat them the same.
2 top 5 recruiting classes, 2020, 2021. All of those kids now on campus. I believe Westphal just won the U.S. Open Junior Doubles.
He did. He just won, yeah.
As we're doing Mazel Tov, obviously, to the Columbia team. But that's a lot of talent. And again, it's 8 kids you haven't seen compete. They haven't competed against each other, with one another. And despite all of that talent, they've never competed in a college tennis match.
Yep.
Obviously, a fall event like this helps. But what do you, Kotz, and all the guys with returning experience do to help bring those kids along, to help bring your teammates to the point where they're talented enough, but this is how you win a college tennis match?
Yeah, the biggest thing is just teaching them the Columbia culture.
Sure.
We're all about teamwork. We're all about selflessness, always putting the interest of the team ahead of your own, but obviously taking care of yourself at the same time. What we really, really try to inspire in our freshmen and sophomores is that, we focus on 2 things. We want to succeed on the court and also off the court because that's what helps put us in the best mental state to compete. And, that's all tennis is. It's trying to be as prepared as possible for every single match. You want to be as prepared, if not more prepared, than your opponents. And to do that, we have to sort of teach them. And only doing that, we can sort of prepare them to get ready for college tennis. College tennis, I try to tell them that it's super different from anything they've seen before. Juniors, ITF juniors, futures, because, you can play futures early.
Of course.
It's so different, being able to play for a team. Because everything else that you've done up to this point is just for yourself.
Yeah.
Everything that you've worked for, traveling tournaments, being with your parents, it's just you, your parents, like your coach team, like strength coach, whatever. That's it. But now you've got 11, 12, 13 other guys with you, and you have to get ready for the spring. So kind of what we've been doing is just getting the team culture sort of to spread amongst the rest of the guys.
Sure.
And the only way that they can be match ready is just to play matches like this. We're going to UVA in 2 weeks. So I just want guys to be able to take care of each other, compete, know that I have their back, they should have mine, and that's just what we're trying to spread for the rest of our team.
And let me be clear, I hope culture is the only thing spreading amongst your team. No COVID,
no COVID,
just culture.
Just
that
culture.
Works for me. That works for me totally.
And positivity.
Yeah, absolutely. And look, you're coming from a team that was, that group, what Tim and Vic and Jack and all of those guys, that was, Winston Lynn, crawled so that you guys can now run.
Exactly.
And you look at where you guys left things leaving that 2020 season, there were 5 top 25 Ivy League schools. Now, whether that was too early in the season, would it have stayed that way? Who knows? But that speaks to the talent that's coming to the Ivy Leagues.
Exactly.
You're aware of that talent. It's now it's your 4th year playing amongst this group.
Yep.
What does the level of the Ivy League look like right now? Is the level of tennis good enough for you guys to come back after a year off and compete nationally with Tennessees and Kentuckys of the world?
Yeah, I think we're definitely at some disadvantage just because we have all these new guys that have never seen a dual match before. But then school like Tennessee, Kentucky, Pepperdine, they played the last season.
Yeah.
So their sophomores have played. So about like a quarter of the team has seen a dual match. Now, I don't think that will put us out of any runnings of any tournaments because, personally for me, the fall is a very, very important time to grow. I came in freshman fall and I was struggling. Getting adjusted to classes, being on my own for the first time. I went across the country from California to Columbia. And I'm sure a lot of these new guys are feeling the pressure now. Coming out here, they kind of threw us into the fire. No matches played in college tennis, and we're playing a bunch of top 20 teams.
Exactly.
It's definitely not easy. And Howie said that, we're throwing you in the fire, but that's because this is going to help you in January when the time comes, when crunch time comes. So I think that this fall is a really important time. We have a pretty loaded schedule. We have a lot of good teams coming up, and I'm excited to see what happens.
No, absolutely. And I'm curious because you do have that connection. Is this season for Jackie, the guys who were supposed to be seniors last year? I think both of them were. Maybe Jackie's a year older.
Jackie graduated
19, right?
2020, the one that got cut in half.
Yeah, that's what it was. So for those guys in general, because they were about to accomplish some special stuff. I mean, I watched you guys beat Baylor at the National Indoors, and it wasn't just like a fluke thing, one of those third-match tank deals. No, I thought Rich and Woodson were about to fight.
They were.
Yeah, exactly. Let's be clear here. And so Columbia is very good, is what I'm trying to say. Mm-hmm. And, again, yes, there was a year off, but you want to get right back to the National Indoors. Yeah. And so for you guys, what do you have to accomplish this fall? What are you looking for from this team over the next 3 months to be ready come National Indoor kickoff weekend?
No, we obviously have a really tough kickoff schedule. We play Texas, and there's some other good teams. I'm not entirely sure. I don't remember, but Texas
is first, right? Yeah, right off the bat. Yeah, because you guys got that 60. Yeah, exactly.
Right into it. Yeah, so I'm excited for that, but no, we definitely need all the guys to come together. I'm trying to build as much team culture as possible early off the bat. I need the guys to be together. I'm trying to spend as much time, basically make up for that lost year with the sophomores and try and get the freshmen caught up to pace. And we just need guys to just put in the hours day in, day out, but also stay on top of themselves in the classroom as well to make sure you don't have that just lingering around because you can't. It's tough to go in a match with that in your mind.
Yeah.
So in order to best prepare ourselves, we have to play all these matches. These hidden duels are great.
Yeah.
It's basically the closest thing you can get to a dual match without being a
What are we hiding? I've never understood the terminology. This is like one of my pet peeves.
It makes no sense. Like we have MLK in January, which is another hidden duel again at Georgia Tech, which we've been invited to for the last 3 years, which is a great tournament. Love this tournament.
Yeah.
And, it's tournaments like these where I think the guys need to prove themselves that they deserve to be here, that they've really earned the spot. And in order to get there, this fall has to be crunch time. We got to put in the work in the gym, on the court, and also in the classroom. I've said it before.
No, absolutely. All three phases. And, I'm curious because you have been on some good teams. Pound for pound, top to bottom. Is this the most talented Columbia roster you've been on? Not finished product, but talking pure, accumulation of talent.
Yeah.
Because you look at the recruiting classes, I watch you guys, these practice sessions, it feels like, again, whether it's Templeman, who's out on court right now, all of these guys, 1 through 10, there's a lot of talent out there.
There is. I think it's really unfair to discount the previous recruiting classes.
Fair.
I thought my recruiting class was strong. Victor's class was also really strong. Yeah. Cotson's class had a lot of talent. Not many people made it through, but that class was very, very talented.
Yeah.
This sophomore class has a lot of talent. And also this freshman class. I think I could say that this is probably one of the most talented classes I've seen. I could say that from a lot of other classes too.
Sure.
But you never know what's going to happen. The guys need to earn it. They need to work hard. And, I can definitely say that there's a lot of talent, but I think that it shouldn't go to waste.
Were you your one bid? His final season was you had 2 with him.
I had 2 with Bid.
So I'm curious, that transition from Bid, who cool as a cucumber, there's never going to be any vacillation with Bid versus the fire and ice of Howie. And I said this to Kotzen, there's not going to be, he may look intimidating, but you're not going to find a kinder soul than Howie Endelman, who, of course, coach of Columbia. I mean, that transition for you and getting, for Howie to lose that first year as well, it's got to be so frustrating.
Painful.
But how's that transition been in just, the Endelman era, dare I say?
Yeah, it's been great. Howie, I think, really stepped up, and he was able to transition into that really well. As you could see with the season that we had, we came out firing with him. He really took the reins, and I also credit Rich Bonfiglio,
of course,
who took his spot as associate coach. And both of them have been such a great pairing. They complement each other really well. They both love Columbia. They're both passionate as hell. They both are just so passionate about us. They care so much. They literally go to the ends of the earth.
Yeah, Rich flew here from New York, then flew back to New York because West Paul had the final.
The final, yeah.
Then is now flying back here tomorrow.
Yeah. So
It's a trooper.
Yeah, you really can't go wrong with guys like that. And I think that both of them have really stepped up when we needed them the most. And I'm obviously very close with them. I've been with I've been with Howie for 4 years now. I've been with Rich for 2, and we kept in I think that we've kept the good culture moving during the transition. Not a lot has changed. Bid's really cool. Rich is really passionate, fiery, and I think Howie's really been able to fill the shoes of Bid, if not achieved more.
Yeah.
From what I've seen so far, obviously, Bid was there for 30 plus years, and Howie has there's a lot of work to be done, but I have been nothing but pleased with the transition.
It was
so
a
far.
baton pass, right?
It basically was
not running towards the end, more of a power walk, and then Howie's like, I got it, and they're starting to go. But no, obviously Columbia rocking and rolling now. And again, for your team this season, you guys have a ton of talent. A lot of inexperience, but certainly a ton of talent. What are the short-term goals? What do you guys want to, come January, come regular season time, what do you want to be doing here in your senior year?
Yeah, short-term goals, I'm thinking for
just win another match. Don't cramp tonight.
Don't cram tonight, win tomorrow. It's like I got to say, like coming back after this long hiatus was tough. But short-term goals is this week is the first basically official week of practice that we're all going to have together.
Okay.
And I just want to make sure that we're all, in the right mindset. Mm-hmm. Everyone's together and just working hard. I don't want to set goals too far ahead. I don't want to get too far because, you never know where I'm going to be in January. I hope to be in a better place than I am now.
Okay.
But, we have UVA coming up in 2 weeks. We're going to play some good teams there. I just want to see the guys just a little bit more comfortable than they were here. Obviously a lot of guys were facing a lot of pressure. Mm-hmm. And all I have to say is that every tournament and every weekend that we go on from here, there's regionals, All-Americans, etc. I just want the guys to just get a little bit better every time.
Sure.
They don't need to be winning matches. They don't need to be, blowing me away with their results. But I just want them to get a little tougher than the day they were before, get a little bit more experience. And that's all that the fall is, just getting yourself to be prepared as possible for January.
Yeah, absolutely. And, again, rapid fire here down the home stretch, just going to throw a couple different topics at you. That's really the rapid fire. Take as long as you want on your answer. NIL stuff. I presented this to Howie. Listeners will hear it on a podcast soon. Mm-hmm. But let's just be frank. A Columbia graduate has more disposable income than 99% of schools. And if I'm a head coach of an Ivy League school, of an Ivy League sport, whether it's football, whether it's basketball, whether it's tennis, I'm going to my 12 most recent graduates and I'm saying, hey, 1% of all of your signing bonuses, and Columbia Tennis is rocking and rolling. Because with NIL-related rules now, these players and, you as student-athletes are going to be able to take advantage of their image, their name, their image, their likeness. I'm just throwing that theory out at you because I know everything's still very fresh.
Yeah.
But I do feel like Columbia is well-suited to take advantage. I'm curious if you've seen anything manifest itself early.
Being totally honest, I haven't seen anything so far.
Okay. There are just so many rules.
Yeah, there's a lot of rules, but I haven't seen anything so far. I've been on campus for like a week. So I've seen some like Instagram posts about like brand deals with other people that have but they go to different schools. I haven't really seen much from Columbia, let alone the Ivy League actually.
I just feel like if you're a coach, you can. I feel like it's my theory out of whack here. Am I crazy? You're an actual Ivy League student. You tell me.
I'm not entirely sure. I really don't have much word. This is my last year to take advantage of anything. But
so I guess I'd put it to you. When you get that 1% signing bonus from Goldman or wherever it is you end up going, and how he comes to you and says, it's in theory. I feel like it's not a bad plan. In theory, I don't want to get you in trouble. I just thought I'd throw you that theory at you.
Yeah, no, it sounds like a good idea. I'm not too sure. I don't think I can comment on that. I literally couldn't tell you.
It's fair. No, I bet you. It's half the battle is knowing what you don't know. All right, for your team, let's talk about the new freshmen. Let's talk about the newbies. I know it's only 1 week. Messiest locker.
Messiest locker. Gosh, freshmen. Can I count sophomores?
You can. Yeah, of course. I meant of the 8.
Of the 8. Okay. I'm rooming with Rocco Horvat right now. He's a little messy.
He's got some work to do.
He's a little messy. I lived with Ishan for a bit this summer. He stayed with me when I was in New York. He's messy. Ishan is really also Kotzen is super messy.
Yeah. He threw himself under the bus when I asked him that. He goes, me. It's like
he's crazy messy. Yeah, because I also roomed with him a few times.
Yeah, for sure.
Freshmen are pretty neat. Hugo, Jaden, these guys are all really neat.
They know what they're doing.
They know what they're Finkelstein. He has to hold everything together. Yeah, these guys are all really neat. I think it's the sophomores. The sophomores are really messy.
They are the pandemic. No, that whole class, my little brother is a sophomore in college now, and they're the ones. You lose second half semester of senior year, you lose first half semester of freshman year of college, you're just not a formed human. Mm-hmm. But moving beyond that, favorite hitting partner of the new 8. I know it's been 3 days, but...
I think of the new 8, I love hitting with Ishan.
Yeah.
We used to train together back at JMG, so we have the connection. But let's move him.
You're a JMGer?
I am a JMGer.
You're Joe Gilbert? Oh, okay, so I've got some secondary questions.
Yeah,
please keep going.
I'm a JMGer. Okay, so we'll move Ishan out of the picture. Let's not count him because he's technically not new to me. Jaden Templeman.
Yeah.
Very clean ball striker.
Yeah.
Love hitting with him. A lot of rhythm, hits a big ball, consistent. Love hitting with him.
Mm-hmm. Which freshman right now... I was going to ask you, again, of them, who just seems most acclimated? Who's ready? I feel like I watch Hugo play, and it does feel like a hand in a glove. It's like the energy he brings to the court. It just feels like he's ready.
Hugo has definitely acclimated well to the hidden duel pressure. He had a tough match against Lapadat yesterday.
Yeah.
Tough one against Hud. He was pretty tired today.
Yeah.
But he, I think, has really molded well into the Columbia culture. He's playing well. He's he fights like hell. He's a competitor. So I think he's really, really kind of just hit the ground running since he started. And I'm really excited to see what Max can do in 2 weeks. In his first college tournament. Obviously, it's going to be different. Going from ITF juniors to playing this college tennis. So I'm excited to see what he can do as well.
How do you feel personally? 10 guys, they're coming after your spot, Austin. Now you've won 20 plus matches, I think, in all 3 of your careers, but they're coming for you. Is it refreshing? Is it nice for you? Just
it is nice.
A new group to compete with.
It's nice. I know that it's definitely nice to know that there are guys that I can rely on. If something goes horribly wrong in the spring, God forbid. But it's definitely reassuring to know that I know that there are people that will be able to fill my shoes, and it does put some pressure on me to definitely raise my level, which I know I'm fully confident that I'll do from September to January. So it makes me even more excited. Yeah, honestly. Yeah,
you're a guy who likes to compete. There's no denying that. And again, we get to see it here now. Again, rapid fire for you. Okay, that 2020 Baylor match. What happened?
Yeah.
Is that a fun match to play is really what I'm trying to ask.
It was, yeah. So those Wisconsin courts are pretty quick.
Yeah, they're fun.
Yeah, they're really fast. And I was playing Franson, big German.
Yeah,
big
Connie,
German
of course.
guy. Yeah, nice guy.
Yeah.
Very nice guy.
It was the Boitan match that went...
Yeah, the Boitan match was interesting because I think Rion won the first, and he was down like 5-6, 4-5 serving, and Boitan, I think he took a bathroom break?
Yeah, something.
He took a break, came back, blasted 4 forehand winners, and next thing you know, they're in a third set.
Yeah.
So we were just like, whoa, what just happened? Like, all right, let's start like getting Jack going because he was in a third with Soto. Jackie got off the court pretty quickly. It was Sven. Sven played a really good match. Brozy had a good win over Garcia, and Kotzen, I think, had his first loss against Finn Bass there. So personally for me, I was just looking down. I saw courts going by pretty quickly. I saw scores progressing. I was like, all right, I gotta get my court going. I'm playing a big server, and I was returning really well. I think I was at like the peak of my game at that point into the season.
Indoors is you.
Yeah. I mean, surprisingly enough, I played my entire junior career outside in California, and then I come to indoors, and I love the conditions.
I don't think you've ever missed indoors.
Yeah. I've never missed the backhand. I'll tell you that. Yeah. But, no, basically what I was just trying to do is just get the energy going. I saw Kotzen went down pretty quickly. I was trying to get his energy going. But I saw it reached a point where Kotzen he knew that he was done, and he came to my court before he finished and just started yelling at me just to get me going. That match was a lot of fun. Watching Jack clinch, both teams were getting into it. And when they were walking away after we won the match, they were like, "See you in Waco." So it was a lot of fun.
You're like, no.
Well, I know. I mean, I thought I was.
Yeah, you're like, no COVID. Yeah. Which, by the way, Brandon Holt, because he was deathly ill at the National Indoors. And it's like you put 2 and 2 together, and he got everyone sick at that event. And I'm not blaming him. I'm just saying it's like from a timeline perspective.
No, I remember because he played. I watched him play Alistair Gray from TCU.
Yeah,
and he was coughing so much at the fence.
Didn't have a lung. He played Blumberg in the final 2. Just like it was just like, what are we doing?
He was so sick because I know those guys pretty well in the team, like Bradley Fry.
Yeah, of course.
And I was talking. I was like, hey, is he all right? He's like, no, he's pretty sick. But I don't think like. I think COVID was like kind of in the radar. No one really.
No, it was there. No, you didn't think about it, but like respiratory illness, he was hacking up a lung, and I'm just like, anyways, I thought a Columbia person. You see the
correlation.
Yeah, there it is. There it is. You see the comparison.
No, it's definitely. Well, now that you
epidemiology, there it is. That was the word I was looking for.
Well, now that you mention it, maybe.
Yeah, I know. It's a story for another time. But okay, I got to end with JMG.
Yeah.
UC Brooksby. He's like 44-10. I like to think I invented the Jensen Brooksby beat. Listeners know that. And we're going to do a project. This might be breaking news, but Joe Gilbert and I are going to be doing a podcast every week for the next, I think, 3 months.
That's awesome.
Yeah, really excited.
I got to text him. Yeah.
Yeah, he's just a great.
Wait, did you actually not know us from JMG?
No idea. Seriously, I should have.
Since I was like 12.
Okay, so you're part of the. I have a theory that back to this. Colin Altamirano walked so that Jensen can fly, and it's literally just Joe has perfected it.
He really
whether it's
has,
Colin,
yeah.
Katie, all of them. That said, did you expect this run from Jensen this summer? Just to rip through into the top 100?
So I spent a lot of time with Jensen last year when he was hurt because we were both stuck at home, quarantined. We were just like texting. He'd come over on the weekends to hang out because we're really good friends.
Sure.
And he was in the mindset where he just thought that he's just really eager to come back, just like I was.
Yeah.
But he was training, and I want to say I love Jensen.
Yeah.
I was really surprised that he did this well, but I know that he deserves it.
Mm-hmm.
He deserves all the praise and all the credit that he's getting. He's put in the work, and I know he does day in, day out.
Mm-hmm.
And he's one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet.
Literally the kindest human. And sorry to cut you off, but I've never met someone who I'm just so sure is going to be the very best tennis player version of themselves. And I'm just he will get every ounce of his body out of it.
Exactly. He loves the sport so much. This is something that he's wanted since he was 6, 7 years old.
Yeah.
I've known him for that long. And there's no other person that deserves it more than him.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to say that I'm surprised, but because I know that he has the potential to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I was watching the Karatsev match. I was in his box, just right there, trying to get him through it.
Your whole team was there. You guys were celebrities.
Yeah. So I saw him down 2-1, and I was like, "Oof, this is looking tough." He's been dealing with a little hip
So
thing.
that's why you guys were in the box the entire time, because you're the JMG kid. You're the connection to up.
Ishan is also a JMG guy.
Gotcha.
Ishan is a JMG guy, and Will Matheson, who graduated with Victor Tim back in 2019, he came to stay with me for a month and a half last year.
Gotcha.
And we hung out with Brooksby a lot.
So
they became really good friends, and that's how the connection sort of came.
Gotcha.
So I just wore my Columbia stuff because that's all the clothes I own. So
I graduated in 2017. That's still all I got. Yeah, believe me. You don't have to tell me.
It's one of those things, I'm doing it now. I'm at a tournament, but yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So I just wore it, and it kind of just caught fire. I think he played Ymer first match.
Yeah.
And
4 hours, 4 sets.
Yeah. And they saw the Columbia stuff. I was like, hey, I'm going to And a bunch of people was people would ask me as I'm just walking around, what's the deal with Brooksby and Columbia? Did he go?
And you're like, yes.
Well, and I said, I wish, but it's so funny because Joe was there when he asked, and he goes, absolutely not. There's no way Jensen is getting in. And Joe comes up to me, and he's like, you're making Brooksby look really smart.
Yeah.
That's the goal.
You're welcome.
That's the goal.
Exactly. No, amen to that. I agree. And no, again, I do think it's outlawed at JMG, right? No unforced errors. If you make it unforced errors, you're running. I was gonna say it's 30 push-ups, I thought, or whatever it was.
Yeah, it's you do push-ups and then you have to run at the end of up and down the stadium steps.
Yeah, that's no fun. Yeah, exactly.
Backhand error is twice as much.
Yeah.
If Jensen misses a backhand or a backhand slice, he's running for the rest of the year.
Yeah, no, it's unbelievable. But so again, I appreciate you taking the time. My final.